How's everybody doing? My name is Kurt Friedrich and I am the owner-driver for CFRacing, and welcome to our 10th and final post-race video of the 2025 racing season as we wrap up our racing season for the year of 2025. First off, I want to start by thanking my family, Malou, Ty, and Tad, for helping me out and supporting me all season long. Malou for helping me at the track, helping me in the shop, helped me on Sundays with recovery from race weekend, and just all the hard work she's been given to us with our race weekends. Also, Ty, he just comes, kind of hangs out and does Tiberius stuff, and then Tad, of course, he comes and just within 5 minutes he's gone from our trailer and around playing. But I do appreciate all of my family for their support and their help here in the shop and at the racetrack. Also want to thank our sponsors, Gems by Denny on eBay. Gems by Denny on eBay is an online sales website that sells cheap loose gemstones and cheap loose settings for do-it-yourself buyers who want to put a little bit of a customized touch to their jewelry pieces. So please check out their website for their wide range of inventory. Also, TNT Stocks, it's a YouTube page that I created earlier this year. It's a day trading simulation using real information, live information from real-time stocks and what's happening in the stock market. So if you're interested in day trading and want to see how that game is played, please check out their YouTube page for some useful information. Also, Quick Signs for help with the decals. It's kind of hard to get decals for go-kart racing, and every time I reached out to them, they are very helpful and very responsive and get me what I need to make this go-kart look as cool as it does with the decals that are on it. And then last but not least, I want to thank you all, my fans, for watching me all season long. We've gotten a few more subscribers since last year. We've gotten more views since last year. Even had a fan reach out to us at the go-kart track one race. So pretty cool. It's really cool to see you guys following along, and I really do appreciate your support and you following along in our racing season and hearing our story as it unfolds. Alright, so that being said, let's go ahead and start talking about the race event. Alright, so we got there, pretty much started normal process, getting things ready, getting ready to go. Got there kind of early enough to really kind of get ourselves settled in. Made it out for practice. Main issue with the first round of practice is how is our clutch going to react after the work that we did on the clutch. We went out there, there's nothing with the clutch that seemed to be saying, hey, there's an issue here. If anything, it was engaging a little bit later than probably should be, but it was at a point where it's like, okay, I'm comfortable with it. Let's just not go too much more crazy with it, and just see how it reacts for the rest of the evening, and just fast forward throughout the night. No new problems with the clutch. If I would tweak on it just a little bit more, but as far as the race weekend, we're kind of leaving it as is. And then with practice, second round of practice, we did move some of the wedge adjustments to kind of see how that would change it. And then I will say also, in the first round of practice, I was really starting to see how the wedge adjustments that we left in the go-kart were affecting the handling of the go-kart, where I really felt like I was sitting on the right rear and I was overloading the right rear. Like I could feel going in the corner, the right rear tire biting and then overloading and then breaking loose. So I started taking some wedge out of it for the second round of practice. Helped that a little bit better as the track started tightening up and kind of dialing in a little bit. When we went into qualifying, the adjustments we made, we kept making the adjustments for the wedge. One more adjustment on that right before qualifying, and then in between qualifying, we moved the seat from the right side to left side to try and take a little bit more of the pressure off of the right rear tires. When it came to qualifying, I held the throttle wide open, never trail braked it, never let off the gas, just held it wide open as fast as it could go. and unfortunately, it still was pretty slow. So we qualified for a hobby 370 points, 13 out of 14th, and hobby 375, 18th out of 20. So obviously not where we want to be at all, but in all honesty, considering how we are still kind of, I'll just say, lost in the sauce for this track, I was just really glad we didn't qualify last and we weren't like way off the pace. I think in the first one we were like 0.6 off the pace, and then with a few more adjustments, we gained a little bit. We're like 0.5 off the pace, but that's how close it is. I mean, first through fifth is like 1/10 of a second. So another 1/10 of a second that we could have gained and put us further up in the field. So we weren't far off. We were in the ballpark, but just kind of in the back of the ballpark, so to speak. So that told me more work to do. So I went around and just kind of started talking to people and just started asking questions about what I should do to the go-kart. Here's what I'm doing. Am I doing the right thing? What should I do? What should I have done? And basically the information I found out is I was wiping too much stuff on the tires and pretty much have locked them down. And that's how the go-kart felt. Last time we raced there, that's how it felt in the qualifying, is that the go-kart was just locked down and I was just sitting on the right side. So when it came to the first race, we decided to move some more weight over to the left side to try and again take a little bit more of that pressure off of the right rear, or the right side tires, both, not just the right rear this time, both right side tires. So in the 375 race, we were able to pick up a few spots at the start of the race, and then we did battle one guy. You know, it was a pretty heated battle. I was right on his back bumper, got a couple runs on him, wasn't able to get good position on him, and I just kind of kept working on it. Was slipped up one time, lost ground on him, and then closed right back onto him in about a lap and a half. So I knew I was faster than he was. I knew I could pass him. It was just a matter of getting the right kind of run. Finally, you know, you just kind of keep pushing at it, and finally got the right run. Got alongside of him. When I saw somebody pass him earlier, I saw it was on the back straightaway. He kind of crowded down on him a little bit going into the third turn. I knew he was going to probably do the same thing to me. Sure enough, he did start kind of coming down on the track a little bit, and I just held my ground. I said, "Yeah, you're not going to crowd me." Held my ground, and then went in the turn with the line that I didn't want to shove him up the track, but I didn't want to have him crowd me down too much and cause me to mess up the turn and not gain the position on him. So we were able to take the position from him and then pull away. And then from that point, it was basically just complete the laps, and we ended up finishing 375 points, 11th out of 14. So yeah, not the finish we really wanted, but it was fun to kind of get in there and battle out with them and pick up. But we did pick up some speed. I think with that race we were now about 0.4 off, so gained it on a little bit. For the last race, the 375 Pro, we decided we also probably should change the gear. I figured the track was going to pick up pace. In the first race, our RPMs were a little high, so we changed the gear. We went down on the tooth on the back to bring the RPMs kind of back down where I felt like they should be. And then also, if the track was going to pick up a little bit, then that should put us right back in the RPM range we wanted to be in. So we started that race off, picking up several spots right at the beginning. Some people, spun out, and some people just pulled off the track. So, we picked up a couple spots, and then, then we settled in, and then the pack ahead of us started pulling away. Not too much, but enough to where I knew I was going to be able to run them down. So then again, it came to, all right, let's settle in and hit our marks and complete all the laps and don't get past again. And I felt somebody come up on my back bumper, bump me a little bit, push me along, so I know they're right on my back bumper. I think there was a couple of carts right behind me. I think they got battling side by side, so that allowed me to pull away a little bit more. And the next guy come up, started bumping me with now just a few laps to go. And again, it's just a matter of keep holding a steady line, Don't do anything crazy, don't do anything stupid to lose a spot, and ended up holding them off and coming home and finishing that race 11th out of 20. So, and in that race, we were like 3/10 off. So, I mean, you figure that's how close it was. 11th place, and we're still like 3/10 off. Overall, on the speed chart, we were now like 14th out of 20. So that's how much we were gaining throughout the day. If that was our qualifying lap, we would have qualified a whole lot better than what we did, a few more spots better. So overall, I would say, while it wasn't the type of results that we had been seeing at other tracks like Capital City and Margarettsville, we did learn a lot. We were making the right adjustments and moving in the right direction. Again, I feel like from talking to people, I just went the wrong direction on the tires. And unfortunately, that's a big part of go-kart racing. If you do the wrong thing with the tires, then you're just in the wrong pretty much the whole day. But otherwise, we did, finished out the weekend, I think, productive as far as what we've learned, and also gaining ground with adjustments that we were making, and making the right adjustments, and felt like that we knew what direction we needed to go in. So the goals, did we complete our goals? I'd say 1 out of 3. Were we competitive? Yeah, we were competitive with where we were running, but we want to be competitive in the top half of the pack. We weren't competitive there. Were we consistent? Yeah, we were consistent. We were consistently gaining also, so I'd say we should check that block and say that's a goal accomplished. Finish up front. Obviously, we didn't qualify up front. We didn't finish up front, so would not say that we checked that block. But I feel like with what we learned when we go there next year, we should improve on our results. Next race obviously is not till next year. I don't have any idea what the schedule is going to look like. We plan on being back to racing by April at the latest, March at the earliest. So probably going to be Capital City. So we expect next race, Capital City 2026, March, April timeframe. So yeah, that does it for the last episode of our last post-race episode of the season. So again, I want to thank our sponsors. Of course, anybody who wants a little bit more exposure for the 2026 season, reach out to us, let us know. We'd be glad to put your decal on the front of our go-kart and help promote your brand and your company. And just remember, you're not just putting the decal on our go-kart, you're also considered a member of the team. Also, Gems by Denny on eBay, TNT Stocks, and Quick Signs for their continued support. I also want to thank my help, Baloo, for filming this video. Again, her help at the track, and also everybody's help at the track, not just this weekend. The guys that I was talking to and asking, just overall this year, I'll close by saying this was really a fun year. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed racing with people. Had a lot of fun talking go-kart stuff, and just being in a mix of stuff. And a lot of people. I'm probably going to do another video when we close out 2025 and try to thank the long list of people that helped. But in this video, I just want to say thank you all for all your help, for those who were assisting at the track. Alright, so yeah, we'll have another video here in another week or two, just wrapping up the 2025 season. Until then, don't forget to subscribe, comment, rate, share, all of the above. And until the next video, take it easy.